Hello, everyone. My name is Austin Kennedy. I am the Extended Education Supervisor here at Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. I've been supervising the teen program for 10 years now. So I'm going to walk you guys through the program track breakdowns to give you guys a little bit more information about, depending on your kiddo's age, where they might fall within our program tracks so that they know what program to apply for. Right, so the first age group is going to be our youngest age group, which is our zoo crew or middle school. Middle school for us qualifies as long as they are going into their 6th grade year in the fall season, or if they are actively in 6th grade, then they are allowed to participate in the zoo crew program. So they have to be going into 6th grade the summer before or throughout their 6th grade year, all the way through graduation after 8th grade. So 6th through 8th for zoo crew middle school. So this program consists of a lot of different things. This is kind of the base and foundation of the rest of our program because these are our youngest kids. So we do conservation education stations all over the zoo, which means that we set up tables with different topics that involve conservation or animals here that we have at the zoo, all kinds of things that are related to zoology, biology, conservation. We train our teenagers to then go out into the public and train our guests and talk to our guests, communicate with them if the guests are interested, and to share some of that knowledge about them. So it's a really good opportunity for public speaking because they'll engage with guests consistently throughout the day. Of course, we can have about 4,000 people here during the day. So there is a lot of opportunities for your kids to get more comfortable and more confident talking and engaging with the public. They also learn how to interpret, so being able to share with guests the facts and the stories that we have about our animals in a way that is meaningful to the guests that they're talking to. So they go through a lot of that training. Another big aspect of our zoo crew program is we try to tour them on a lot of behind the scenes areas. This is especially important as they get older into our zoo crew program and they start to get into that 8th grade year. This allows them to see what the other opportunities are for animal areas that they could potentially work in when they become a high school student. But we also like to do tours just to give them an opportunity to see something that the public doesn't get to see. They also have an opportunity to work in our goat yard. So we have domestic goats, typically anywhere between 6 to 8 domestic goats. And that's going to be their first introduction to animal husbandry, is working in there. It is very guest centric. So there's a lot of time public speaking and connecting with guests. There is, of course, a lot of the non-glamorous zoo jobs in there as well, but it's a really good introduction to see how the kids fare in there, but also for the teenagers to be able to understand, is this something that I want to continue to pursue summer after summer when it comes to the animal care? They're able to work side during our summertime, and as well as our fall break camps, our winter break camps, and spring break camps. They're able to work alongside our camp staff to help on the education side of things. So to kind of be a liaison between the campers and the camp counselors, which is really great. So they get to help lead activities, work with the groups, but also just see what the zoo world looks like from an education standpoint. We highly encourage all of our teens to spend at least 1 to 2 days working with our camp groups to see if it's something that they're interested in. All year long, we create workshops that are animal focused or public speaking or leadership focused that teenagers can come join free of charge for anyone that is a part of our program. You guys are able to come to those workshops to learn a little bit about, sometimes it's all about raptors, sometimes it's about survival in the wilderness, sometimes it's focused more on leadership or public speaking. So we offer those workshops all throughout the year. We also have a challenge by choice program. So any teens that are looking for kind of extracurriculars or might have an additional interest, we're happy to work with all of your teenagers to help build a platform to give them kind of a voice to share what they're interested in, but then also for us to help them find something that they can use as an outlet to then follow that passion a little bit more. After you complete 1 season within our Zoo Crew middle school program, then you are able to apply to work in the loft or big backyard, which is our secondary tier for working with animals. So you have to work at least 1 full season doing all of these other things. Then you're able to jump into the loft or big backyard through an application process, and you must be selected through that process in order to work with those animals. All right, so we're going to move on to our next program, which is our Bridge program. This program is specifically designed for those that just graduated 8th grade and are going into their 9th grade year. So these teenagers would still be applying as a junior zookeeper or a teen leader, our other high school tracks. But majority of the time, about 95% of our incoming 9th graders go straight into the bridge program. This program is helpful because it does a lot of the same things that our Zoo Crew program does, but it does them at a higher, more intense level to get them ready to be a very successful junior zookeeper and teen leader. So we work even more on interpretation, public speaking, and leadership, but we also focus on some other more career-related opportunities. So giving them interview skills so that when they interview next year again to be a junior zookeeper or a teen leader, they're better suited to be more competitive with the rest of the teenagers that are applying. So we want them to go through all of those. We do work on animal husbandry, so our workshops are going to be more focused on the future of JZK skills. So animal husbandry, animal behavior, how to train animals, proper techniques for cleaning, and all of that kind of stuff. So it's really honed in to give them an idea on how to be successful moving forward. We do behind the scenes in this program as well to give them a good opportunity to see what areas they're interested in. We also typically host a panel from all of our current junior zookeepers to come in and talk with all of our bridge programs so that our bridge program teens can ask questions about the different animal areas and again, get an idea of where they might want to apply again in the future. They can also help out with our conservation education stations and put all of those skills into use. They have an opportunity to work in our goat yard as well to continue to work with animals, as well as they can work with our summer camps, fall camps, winter camps, and spring break camps. The Bridge program is a wonderful transition from middle school into high school. Our most competitive track is going to be another one of our high school tracks, which is our junior zookeeper, or as we call them, JZKs. These teenagers have to go through an application, a first interview with the teen program staff, and then a second round interview with our zookeepers to be selected for one animal area that they will stay in for the duration of their experience here over one given season. So these teenagers are going to be directly working with our keeper teams. So they're essentially mini interns or mini zookeepers, which is why we call them our junior zookeepers. They're going to be focusing on the day-to-day of what it's like to be a zookeeper. So they're going to be shadowing and following along, and then eventually responsible for helping do some of the cleaning, creating enrichment, creating diets, and prepping diets for the animals. Majority of these positions are behind the scenes with our keeper teams. These are not as front-facing, even though you've already developed those front-facing skills from our Zoo Crew and Bridge program. We do offer opportunities that are social opportunities just for our high school students, for our JZKs and teen leaders. So we try to offer some movie nights, some social gatherings, some after hours tours. So since all of our high schoolers work in separate areas, they don't get as much time to socialize, whereas the middle school program is highly social. So we try to create some of that. This track is definitely going to be a little bit more career focused, so a little bit more for the teenagers that really do see animal care as a part of their future. Our last program track is more of our leadership track. So for any teenagers that are not sure that animals is the highest priority for them, but they love being at the zoo, this is a wonderful track that is also really popular. The one caveat with Teen Leader is you have to have participated in at least one season prior to applying to be a teen leader. So these teenagers take a leading role. They're sort of the peer mentors for our Zoo Crew middle school program. They help out at all of the stations, and they're helping our Zoo Crew by helping give them advice and mentor them and guidance, but also demonstrating what it's like to be a strong interpreter and talking to our guests. They also help out all of our seasonal and full-time teen program staff. They come to us with anything that they might need if we're missing supplies or anything like that. They work as kind of a liaison as well in this role to help make sure that those younger teenagers have the support that they need. So they work with us on that. They're also the culture drivers of our teen program. So we talk to them a lot about what it means to be a strong leader versus a boss. What it means to be the people that create the atmosphere and maintain the culture of our zoo program. So they are really good at that, and that's what keeps them positive. They also have opportunities for extracurriculars. Sometimes we have a summer-long project that we want them to work on, but every day, if not every week, we offer opportunities for them to self-reflect We have mini workshops at the end of every day where we go through what the day looked like, where we could have improved as leaders. But this is really an opportunity for young teenagers to get a better idea of where they stand and what their strengths are, but also what some of their weaknesses might be for leadership. So again, they work directly with us on becoming stronger leaders. So we help kind of guide them. And then in return, we hope that they take those skills to then guide our younger teenagers. These are all lifelong skills that we hope to offer them, but we also include things like networking, resume building, interview skills. But then on the people side, we also want them to learn how to help empower others, because we hope to empower all of our teenagers, but also how to advocate for themselves and their peers. So those are the 4 tracks that we have. Teen leaders have a separate caveat that they really only exist during the summertime, as well as our bridge program. But we do have opportunities for 6th grade all the way through high school, all the way through 12th grade year round. So no matter what grade you are in, there is an opportunity for you to join us at any given point. But summertime is the only time that we have teen leaders and the only time that we have bridge programs. So thank you so much for watching the short informational video. All of our contact information is here on the screen. Thank you so much, and we hope to see an application from you or your teen shortly.